Okay, so you've got a headache. What do? These are some of the great fascial maneuvers that can support a headache. At the end, we'll do the organ reset in case your headache is related to digestive issues. But we'll start first with the more obvious moves to help with tension in and around the head, and see if we can relieve some of that. And then we'll move to the organs at the end to support digestion, as digestion sometimes toxic liver or some of the other issues can support you having headaches in that way. So we'll cover all the major things. You can do what you feel works best for you. As you work through them, you may find that some of the maneuvers fit best to your situation, but if they don't, you can skip over that one in the future. But here are the main ones that I think are really great to support headaches. So we're gonna start first with the Antler move, and we're gonna put both of our arms straight out and bring your right hand back, and we're gonna take our palms, so my left fingers are facing forward and my right fingers are facing backwards, and we're gonna press our palms into our head, into our temples, and we're gonna push in and turn our fingers up. So we're pushing in, turning fingers up. So we're gonna push in, turn fingers up, and then I tend to lock my fingers on top of my head. Of course, this does give you a kind of a silly face as we twist the fascia here on our forehead. And so as we do this and hold it, just move really slowly and breathe. So this can help reduce the tension inside the head and outside the head in the fascia. So again, do all movements that feel good to you. Just kind of freestyle it. Looking up, looking down, chin to chest, twisting up to the right. And don't forget to breathe. And I breathe really deeply in my nose and out my mouth. So just keep breathing through this. And you can squat your knees a little bit, and that will give a little bit more pressure to the head. As our body's in 3 zones, the legs, the torso, and the head. And as we bend and compress other areas, it'll create more pressure to help us release like a balloon animal. So the more you can bend and twist, the better. And if you want to, you can go down into a full squat. I'm a little bit out of the screen, sorry about that. And you can just squat all the way down if that is available to you. If not, even if you're just in kind of a skier squat here, bending, that still will help. So again, just move slowly and shake it out. And it's always good in between the fascia maneuvers, either to take a little short walk, see the differences that happen in the body. You can pause the video and take a quick walk, see if your body is moving smoother, freer, has less tension in it overall. I can already feel kind of an expansion in my head, and even some coolness in my forehead, just kind of around the whole side of my head, even kind of going down into the side of my neck. So Antler's the most obvious for headaches, but I like to add a few other ones just in case your headaches are in the back of your head or sinuses or whatever. We'll just kind of cover all of that. So the next one I like to do is the hair pull, because it just really helps to reset those cranial bones, the frontal bone, and just helps to relieve the pressure in the top of the head. So I just lean forward and take my right hand, and I'm just gonna kind of comb my fingers into my hair and really get a good grip. So I got a good grip. Now I'm gonna move my elbow out to the side here. And then I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna bring it on my forehead, and I'm going to go the opposite direction. So I'm pushing this way with my left hand, and then my right hand gets twisted because I'm grabbing as I'm turning my elbow out here. And so they're getting counter rotation here. And you can even pull your fingers kind of up and away from your scalp a little bit. And same thing, just breathe slowly. And look in all directions. Looking up. Like to bring it down into a half squat, the skier squat, or all the way down into a full squat. So with my left hand, I'm even kind of pulling down towards my nose a little bit and then also twisting it, and that helps that frontal bone. Especially if you were a C-section baby, there's another move that's really good for that, but this also can help because our heads didn't get squished properly if you were a C-section baby, which I was. So that creates a lot of itchiness in my scalp when I do that one. It just brings a lot of circulation up there. It's good if you're like losing hair, you grab there and twist and pull, and that really can bring that circulation to the scalp. And so another hair pull, and it's similar to the ear pull that we're gonna do later, but I'm just gonna grab the hair on the back of my head, and then I'm just gonna grab it and lift up. And so this also will help release the trap muscles on the back of the neck, going up into the back of the head. And so my neck just popped. So again, just move really slow and breathe in the nose, out the mouth. Now as we breathe through the nose, it helps our head expand. If you just hold your head while you're breathing in your nose, you can actually feel your head expand. So we're just working on releasing the fascia all in and around the head. And then you can take it to a full squat if you want to take it all the way down. So just shake it out, roll the shoulders, roll the head. Feel the differences in your body, and I just feel a lot more freeness and circulation. My neck is already getting looser. So sometimes a lot of our tension is in our neck and shoulders, and that can create a headache. So we're working on that as well. So again, you can stop, pause the video, take a walk, let the moves integrate into the body. And then the next one we're going to do is the vagus maneuver. And so that involves the traps all the way up the neck, and plus it helps to release the vagus, which can reduce anxiety, which can be also a cause for headaches. So I'm going to take my left hand to my right trap, and I'm going to push in, and I'm going to kind of rotate my fingers a little bit and then pull down. So I'm kind of pushing and rotating my fingers, so I get a little bit of a twist here on the top of my trap. If that's too hard, then just pull down. Either one, but it just gives you just a little bit more of a pin. And so we're freeing up all the muscles in and around the vagus nerve. We're not exactly on the vagus nerve, but it's like we're opening up the river so the river can flow easier and better. And then my right hand, I'm going to take on the right jawline, that right corner, and I'm going to push up to the ceiling at a diagonal. And I like to bend my knees a little bit in this. And again, breathe. And slowly move. Just had an adjustment in my mid-back. As you can see, fascia is all related. It's all attached. So take at least 6 breaths while doing this. You could do more, whatever feels good to you. I like to close my eyes and just really kind of relax into it. And already I feel like this whole right side, my neck and shoulder and head are just like, I feel like I'm almost leaning because it just feels a lot more open. My shoulder just feels down a little bit more than my left. My left shoulder still feels up high. So we're just trying to release this tension that we always get in our neck and shoulders, especially if we're sitting a lot during the day and, you know, hands at a keyboard or whatever. We just create a lot of that tension in our neck and shoulders. Okay, so now we're gonna switch. So now I'm gonna take my right hand. Again, I'm gonna kind of push down on that trap and spin it. And then I'm kind of pulling down and locking it. And then my left hand is gonna push on my left jawline corner up diagonally towards the ceiling. So I'm really opening this whole area. And again, just breathe in the nose, out the mouth, and move slowly. Fascia likes to move slow, so we just make sure we're moving slow. And shake it out. I really like doing the vagus maneuver before bedtime. It just really helps to lower the stress levels, helps you sleep better. But again, regarding headaches, if it's a stress headache, this will help calm your body. You're working with the vagus nerve, which helps to lower the stress levels in the body. So it's a really good one to deal with anxiety and stress, and if that is the cause of your headache. Shoulders. Again, if you want to take a walk and just feel how it feels in your body as you walk back and forth. I usually walk in a figure 8, just helps the polarity in the body, but walking helps these fascia maneuvers integrate into the body, helps your body to just really keep the stretches and everything that we're doing in here, and it helps it to stay into the body. So the next one we're going to do is the sinus maneuver. So if we're having a sinus headache, this helps open up the sinuses. This is great if you have allergies or just any congestion in the nose. So we're going to take our left hand and pin it on the right side of our noses, like that, and pin it tight. And if you would like, you can use your thumb over here on this opposite cheek just to help you pin these fingers here, so you give a little leverage. Then with my right hand, I'm just going to push in on my cheekbone and push back. So I'm stretching that skin. And again, breathe in the nose, out the mouth. And after you do this, you may feel like you have a little bit of a runny nose, as it helps to clear. And again, if you have any lotion on your face, you might find that your hand slides a little bit. So just re-grip again, or you could even put like a washcloth or something like that on your face to help you grip the skin better. And again, I always like to bend my knees, help create more pressure in the head. shake it out. And then take a deep breath in. You might find that that right side now just feels so much more open and easier to breathe through. And even goes into my right lung a little bit. Just feels like it can expand a little bit more. So just be aware of these changes in your body. I mean, we need to be more in touch with our bodies, how they're feeling, how they're working, and the changes that we're making by doing these fascia maneuvers. Okay, so let's do the other side. So right hand now is going to pin on the left side of my nose, and I'm going to use that thumb to help gain a little leverage. And with my left hand, I am going to push on that left cheek and push back. And now just again, move nice and slow. And breathe in the nose, out the mouth. I usually do at least 6 breaths, 6 to 9. Our bodies likes the 3s, 3, 6, 9. So I try to count for that and get around 6. That helped me a lot. I was doing yard work and got a little congested from the allergies, so I needed that one. I needed the sinuses. Help me clear things out a little bit. Okay, and now, and again, you can take a little bit of a walk if you'd like to. Now I'm gonna do the double ear pull. So I'm gonna just take my fingertips, put it behind my ear, and this is a really good one to use a washcloth on. I also like to use like this rubber shelf stuff and you can put it on. I have just one piece here, but you can just wrap your ear, and it just really helps to get a good grip. And getting a good grip on this one is really important. So again, you can use socks on your hands or a washcloth, but I like to just really get a good grip. So my fingers are behind my ear, and then I am just wrapping my palms around to the front side of my ear, and then I'm gonna lift up and pull back my ears. And now I'm gonna tuck my chin to my chest, just my chin to my chest. I'm not leaning forward. I just got my chin to my chest. I'm just gonna look up to the right, and let's just take 3 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. 2, 3. If you need to regrip. Now look up to the left. And keep pulling that ear back as we're looking down to keep that tension. 2, 3. And now you can look up and around a little bit and bend the legs. So this also works the gallbladder line that comes up and around behind the ear. Again, working with our digestion. We can hold a lot of stress and anger and resentment in the liver and gallbladder. So working with those meridians can also help them to release those emotions, which can help our headaches. And shake it out. And that also helps like open up the jaw in case we have any jaw tension. But even like my lymphatic, I feel my lymphatic draining. So it just works just the whole side of the head and helps even open up the ribs and everything kind of going down. And again, you can take it for a walk. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of time just to notice the changes and integrate as well. And then I can take a longer walk after I'm done with the routine. So next one we're gonna do is, sorry, moving my hair out of the way, is cheeky. So it's kind of like the first one we did. Take your both hands out, bring your right hand back. And now we're gonna touch our fingertips to our cheeks where the jaw, when you squeeze your jaw, it will push out just right where that TMJ muscle is. So my left fingers are forward, my right fingers are back. So I'm like this, and then we're gonna push in and then twist down this time. And we're just gonna release jaw tension. We clench our jaws a lot when we're stressed out. Again, another funny face. Just breathe nice and slow and move as you feel led. And if you lose grip, just start over again, just re-grip. Get bent legs and look up side to side. And if you want to get even more of a release, you can open and shut the mouth 3 times. So open and shut and open and shut and open and shake that out. I really like that one. I used to hold a lot of tension in my jaw, and this one really helps a lot just to release the tension. So right now, I mean, I feel like my head is just kind of floating in, like, off of my body in a way. Just a lot less pressure in my head, just light, just smooth as I turn my head back and forth. So there are so many things that cause headaches. So I'm trying to cover a lot of the different ones. So the last thing we're gonna do is called the organ reset. And this will just help with our digestion. Again, digestion, if it is blocked, stagnant, toxic, that can contribute to headaches as well. We also need to be hydrated. So making sure you get the minerals so you can absorb the water. Just drinking water is not gonna make you hydrated. You can actually dehydrate yourself if you drink too much water without the minerals that help you absorb the water. So you need to have a good silica supplement, which is either diatomaceous earth or horsetail, or they even have like liquid mineralized silica. And then getting a good mineral supplement like Irish sea moss or kelp. And then sometimes I'll even add electrolytes to my water to help it absorb. So you can actually drink less water because it will actually absorb better into the body, because dehydration can also be another thing that can cause headaches. But the last one we're gonna do here is the organ reset. So I'm just gonna start by rubbing my hands, because our hands are kind of like antennas, and our body is also 100% electrical. So what we're doing, we're kind of like charging up our balloon here. You know, you've ever like rubbed a balloon on the carpet and then you touch it and you shock yourself. So we're doing the same thing here. So I'm rubbing the big knuckles, and I did the little knuckles, and now I'm doing the fingertips, which is also fascia on the outside of the body, our fingernails. And I'm just creating a good kind of electrical current through my hands. So if you stop, you can feel your hands are just kind of vibrating and tingling. So that shows I have, you know, electricity moving through my body. So I'm going to use that to help activate each of the organs, because they always are moving in a clockwise fashion. With our digestion, they can get stuck together and toxed up, and also by what we eat. If we're eating things that have toxins or chemicals, you know, trying to eat more organic can help that. Hydration, of course, but then we also need to physically manipulate the organs so they can work by themselves, because most of our organs don't have a muscle that make them work. They rely on our body's ability to do this, and if they're all kind of stuck together, then they're not functioning properly. So we're going to take our left hand, put it on our left side of our neck. All of our meridian lines go up through there, so we're activating all the meridian lines that are attached to an organ as well. Now our right hand is going to find our belly button, and you can do this on top of your clothes. You can go under your clothes. I usually do it under my clothes because I feel like I can get a better grip. So belly button, move 2 inches to the right and about 1 to 2 inches down. And if you push in, and you can kind of move around and feel it, there might be a sore spot there or a little ball, and that's our ileocecal valve. So we're going to push in and turn thumbs up. So now we're going to work on getting that ileocecal valve to be able to open and close properly instead of getting stuck open or stuck closed. All right, so we're going to take 3 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. 2, 3, 3 in the mouth, out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to move up underneath the right rib cage where our liver and gallbladder is. So again, I'm just going to, I kind of lift up my elbow a little bit, so when I push in, I have some mobility to be able to go thumbs up and really get a good counterclockwise twist there. And again, 3 and 3. So in the nose, 2, 3, in the mouth, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can shake your arms out a little bit. And again, as I'm kind of have one hand here, one hand here, I'm kind of imagining like my hands are attached like through an electrical current or whatever. That just gives it just that bit, that, if I can talk, a little bit more of a activation to the organ if you're really kind of using your mind to help you with it and intentioning, you know, that electrical current and that opening. So now we're going to take our hand, right hand, to the left side of our rib cage, just right underneath the ribs, and we're going to just kind of scoop and pull straight across. Now we're activating our stomach. We all know what how important that is for our digestion. All right, so in the nose, and you can do this eyes open, eyes closed. Three. In the mouth. 2, 3. Now we're going down to the valve of Houston, and this is also our small intestines. A lot of our emotional, you know, depression, things like that are based in the small intestines. So opening the small intestine, large intestine here, just helps them to move properly, helps our mood as well. And I'm like scooping up. So basically belly button, 2 inches to the left, 1 to 2 inches down, and we're gonna scoop up towards our right shoulder. So we're just kind of scooping up diagonally. And we'll do the 3 and 3. So in the nose, 2, 3, mouth, 1, 2, 3, and shake the arms out. Okay, so we're going to continue on. So left hand, again, on the left side of the neck. Right hand is going to go right above the pubic bone. We're going to do the bladder. So if you need to lean forward a little bit to kind of help sink those fingers in there, and then I kind of push in, pull up, and then I'm gonna squeeze my butt cheeks so I can push that bladder into my fingers. And imagine again that electrical current between your hands. And let's breathe 3 and 3. So in the nose, 2, 3, mouth, 2, 3, and relax your arms. Okay, so now we're going to move to the kidneys next. Kidneys also help move, part of the urinary tract system, help to move toxins out of the body. So again, kidneys can be important to our well-being. So again, left hand on the right side of our neck, and our right hand is going to wrap around our rib cage about bra line level, and I'm going to squeeze the rib cage and push down. So I've got a really good grip, and where my thumb is, that's where our kidneys are. So you can really concentrate on that thumb. So now I'm going to look to the right, and I'm going to lean to the left. So I'm really activating that kidney into my thumb. I'm going to take 3 quick breaths in succession. So, and let it out. And that activates the kidney and the adrenal. And now 3 and 3 in the nose. 2, 3, mouth, 1, 2, 3, and slowly come up, shake out your arms. Okay, now we're going to put our right hand on our neck finally. And our left hand now is going to reach and circle around that rib cage, about the bra line. I'm going to squeeze in the rib cage and push down. I'm going to look to my left shoulder and lean to the right. And if you want to, you can even swing your hip out a little bit too, if you feel that gives you a little bit more pressure in that kidney. All right, so 3 quick breaths and out. Now 3 and 3 in the nose. 2, 3, in the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Come up slowly again and shake it out. So if you have any autoimmune issues, digestive issues, IBS, colitis, all of that, if you do the organ reset, this whole section that we're just doing here at the end, if you do that 3 times a day for 3 months, it will help heal all of those digestive issues. So it is an amazing way to help heal our bodies. So now we're going to do our spleen, and I'm just reaching underneath my rib cage. My thumb is just to the left of my spine on that meaty area, and I'm wrapping around again and I'm squeezing. So what we're going to do, right hand on our neck again, and now I'm going to kind of look down at my right toe, and I'm going to lean forward and to the right a little bit. So I'm kind of leaning forward right, at a little bit of a diagonal. And now let's do the 3 and 3 breathing. So in the nose, 2, 3, in the mouth, 2, 3, slowly come up. Okay, and now we're going to do our thyroid. So left hand is going to wrap around the back of my neck. You can't see, so it's just wrapping around the back of my neck a little bit. My front hand, so I'm keeping it fairly flat. I don't want to choke myself. And then I'm just going to kind of lift up. So I'm lifting up over our Adam's apple area where our thyroid is. And again, 3 and 3, and really feel the breath in your hands as you breathe in and out. 2, 3, in the mouth, 2, 3, and relax your arms. And I had healed most of my thyroid before I started Fascia Maneuvers. Still had a little bit of a hard time swallowing pills. And since I've been doing my organ reset 3 times a day, I feel like the thyroid has shrunk and I don't have that issue with swallowing pills. They don't get stuck in my throat anymore. So been very happy with that. And the last one is the heart-brain coherence. To make sure our heart and brain are talking together. So our right hand on our heart, left hand on the head. And as we breathe in, kind of like breathe in and like breathe out as a circle. So we're kind of like creating a circle. So we're involving both the heart and the brain together as we do this. So let's breathe in the nose and out. So circle it up as we breathe in the nose too. And it circles down as we breathe out. 3, and out. In the mouth. 2, and 3. And shake it out. So I think we've covered most of the ways that we can have headaches, whether it's sinus, tension, stress, digestive, all those things can contribute to having a headache. You can pick and choose which ones work for you or do the whole routine and enjoy just a really great fascia set. Thanks so much for watching the video. Have a great day.